Wesley.
Yeah, so we had this is a pretty it was a fun project to work on. We had a federal civilian agency come to us right after the executive order, and they came to us and had a couple things they brought forward. They said, we've heard of the Trusted Internet Connections 3.0 or TIC 3.0 program. We were told we were supposed to do some things for it, but we haven't done anything over the past 7 years. And we were hearing about zero trust as well too. So can you come in and help do an overall gap analysis, do an
Sounds
assessment
like
of
one of the agencies went to confession.
yeah, well, that's what I felt. I was like, please don't tell me that, right? Like, let me help in some other ways, but don't spill the beans here. But couldn't have asked for a better team. I mean, the contracting officer involved, the CIO was involved, the CISO was involved. They had cross-functional stakeholders, right? And they were always the first ones to the meeting as well, too. And so what we ended up doing was a gap assessment. And during that assessment, right, we were able to help evaluate, zero trust capability model and their maturity levels. We did the same with the TIC 3.0 capabilities. And then what we found most interesting was probably the most helpful for this agency was that they were familiar with the NIST CSF framework. And
Hmm.
so we were able to actually take the zero trust architecture capability model and framework, the TIC 3.0 framework, and then help bridge the gap between those by mapping out the different frameworks and really kind of translating it over to them into the NIST CSF framework so they could kind of see the connection there. But once we got done with the actual gap analysis, the agency said, this is fantastic, right? Now we have an understanding of what we need. Can you take the output of that analysis and identify some original equipment manufacturers that have cloud native solutions that we can implement? So we're actually able to take part of that evaluation and then bring in different original equipment manufacturers that had solutions that could map to those gaps. So instead of basically having OEMs come in and do a dog and pony show and kind of blast out all their capabilities, they were actually able to tailor their individual presentations to how they met those specific gaps. So it was an absolute blast of a project because we were able to accomplish a lot in a little bit of time. We couldn't have had better participation from the government as well.